Beyond the words, we're going to be talking about
the 10 things a woman can do to make a man feel like he's her priority.
So let's get to it. Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Beyond the Words. I'm Lon.
I'm Lisa.
And this is the infamous Rufus the Doofus. And tonight we're going to be talking about
the 10 things a woman can do to make her man feel like he's a priority.
That's right. Absolutely. And if I can figure out what switch to push.
Poosh.
But before we get into that, we would just want to invite you guys to send us an email or get in touch with us. Connect with us, if you will. And you could do that by sending us an email at lonandlisa@gobeyondthewords.com. That's Lon and Lisa at gobeyondthewords.com. That's right. We would love to hear from you. We'd love to hear you too.
Yes.
Yeah. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear your stories, and we'd like to get some feedback from you. Let us know what we're doing okay and what we could improve on, and if there's something that we need to talk about, things that maybe you want to hear that we haven't thought about yet.
Yes.
Let us know. And as always, put some comments in the comment section. We'll be reading those and putting them on the screen as they come up.
Thanks.
As appropriate.
Yes.
As appropriate, right?
Yes.
So, hey, I see Pat is online with us. Hey, how's it going, Pat? It's good to see you there. As always, it is a pleasure to have everybody tuning in on a Monday night. And we're going to get into our topic. What are you looking at, Rufus? He's giving me side eye. You know that side eye, the dog side eye?
Yeah. He does it a lot.
He does that quite often. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into our discussion. It's probably going to be a quick evening. We just got in not too long ago from work, and so we scarfed down some dinner. You were awesome enough to make some great eggs and hash browns and basically bacon breakfast. Yep, it was awesome. But we're kind of we're rushing through things, but. Anyway, we got a good show for you tonight, I think. And, yeah, we're just going to jump right into it. So this is the 10 things a woman can do to make her man feel like a priority. I don't know why it's doing that. It's doing something weird.
It's crazy, man.
Oh, well, we'll leave it like that.
Yes.
I'm kind of playing around with having the comments over here. As you can see over there on that side, the comments are up there. So if you guys want to leave us a comment, we'll see them there, and that would be awesome. Yeah, it looks like it's...
breakfast for dinner
coming
is the
down.
best. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. It is the best. So shall we jump in?
Yes.
Okay. So before we get there... I always say that, don't we? Let's jump in. Oh, but wait.
Before we jump in.
But before we jump in,
put on your sweaties.
No, I just wanted to say that this is kind of the caveat, is that last week we talked about the 10 things that a man can do to make his woman feel like she's a priority.
Right.
And now it's kind of reversed, and you're talking about the things that a woman can do. And we'll say that probably there's a majority of these that apply to pretty much most everybody. But these are just really things that we have experienced in our own relationship that kind of work.
Right.
There could be some other ones that work for you that maybe aren't on the list, or vice versa.
Right.
So
it's trial and error.
Yeah, it's just kind of one of those things, because every couple is a little bit different.
Right.
So, you have one couple, one thing works really well, and then another couple, it doesn't work.
You may not like axe throwing.
Yeah, that's true. You might. But who wouldn't love axe throwing?
It was awesome.
I know. It was just so great.
Yeah.
So we'll jump in there and let's talk about it. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Here's number 1.
Yes. Number 1 is pray for him. And this goes for everyone. Yes. And one of the things we talked about when we talked about this is don't just pray for him, but ask him if there's something in particular that he would like you to pray for. Because a lot of times, you're praying kind of generically, but there might be something on his heart and he might tell you. And it's a good way to, to kind of open those lines of communication. And
Right.
It's good to pray together, but it's also important for you to pray alone.
Kind of on your own, right? Yeah. And that's for me to know that I've got, you kind of backing me with prayer and lifting me up to the Father. That's always a comforting thing,
Right.
to know that I'm in your prayers and you're rooting for me. You're doing, you're lifting me up in prayer, and so that's that's an awesome thing.
Right.
Excuse me. I think I'm coming down with a cold.
Yes, you are, and so am I, but we shouldn't talk about it.
Okay, we're not going to talk about it then. Okay.
Because I'm
so-
in denial.
You're in denial? Yes. So, yes, absolutely. The first thing is pray for him. Absolutely. Number 2. What? Okay, now something is really not working.
It's screwy.
Oh, man, it's doing some really funky things now. Okay, well, I'll do this the hard way.
Okay.
We'll do this
Well, it's working now.
this way. Okay. Yeah, so number 2 is encourage and affirm him.
Right.
You want me to talk to that?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I would say you're good enough, you're smart enough, and
doggone
doggone
it,
it,
people
people
love
like
me.
you. Love you. I was just going to say like you.
They don't love me?
They like
I
you.
hope they love me.
They just like you, okay?
Okay, all right. I'll accept like. Several videos ago, I don't know how many videos ago it was, but we touched on the 5 love languages.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those love languages is the language of affirmation.
Right.
So this is definitely one of those biggies for me, because I want to provide for you. I want to do things that are that you can really go, man, he's looking after me, and
Right.
and I want to know that I'm doing a good job. So it's not this kind of ego stroking thing as much as it is that I want to know that I'm doing a good job.
Right.
And those words of affirmation mean an awful lot. So that really, really speaks to me when you notice something like, building our new studio. I've been working on the room in the basement. You can't see it from here, but over in the other part
That's awesome.
of the basement, I've been putting up some drywall and wiring up lights and things like that.
And I've been helping.
And you have been helping, yes. But to hear, from time to time, you kind of look at me and you say, I really appreciate you. You do a great job with, knowing how to build things or how to wire things or whatever it is,
Yeah.
That's always a really encouraging thing for me, and it makes me feel like, we're like this. Number 3? Want to do number 3?
I'll do number 3.
Okay, here we go.
Take an interest in what interests him.
Woo! Oh, did Google pop up? Oh my gosh, what is that? How can I help?
Google, you can't help.
Okay, hang on a second, guys.
So can they still hear us?
Yeah, they can still
Okay.
get here.
So this reminds me, I was at work today and I was at lunch, and we have Google Home. So I was sitting at lunch and I always talk to Google Home. So I was sitting at lunch and I said, "Hey Google," and nothing happened. And I was
Don't
like,
say it. It's
oh,
listening.
Whoops, sorry. And I was.
That's what happened. I don't know how it did that.
I was waiting, and I was like, "What's wrong?" And nothing happened at work. And I was like, "Oh yeah, we don't have Google."
Yeah, you don't have Google at work.
But I just automatically expect Google to appear wherever I am. It's very
Okay, let's try this again. Number 3.
Okay, take an interest in what interests him.
Yes. You know, I should talk just a minute. I want to look up a scripture.
Okay.
Okay? I'm going to look up a scripture.
So I was talking.
Okay, go ahead.
So take an interest in what interests him. So I'm his biggest fan. When Lon is playing music, I go and I do the sound in a mediocre fashion, but he has me sit at the soundboard and I do the best that I can. But I love to listen to him, and even though I can't play music, I appreciate music. And you don't have to do everything with them, just appreciate what they do. How's that?
Right. So I was trying to, and I don't know if I can pull it up on the screen with all the craziness that's going on. But in Genesis, I'll just tell the story. So in the book of Genesis, when God created the earth and the heavens and everything, he created everything on the earth. And then he created man. And then he gave the man the job to go and name all the animals and do everything. And then the Lord, it says in Genesis, said that there was not found anywhere on the earth a suitable helper for Adam, and thus he created Eve.
Right.
So it's kind of one of those things where, and I don't remember if it's one of the ones on our list or not, but it was, you had it on your list, being a support or a helper, which is exactly what Genesis is all about. That's what, you were kind of created for. And we're created for each other.
Right.
But that's the biblical version of that. So, absolutely.
Right.
So it really it makes sense, for you to take an interest. And I would say, it's just like last week we talked about a guy kind of being a student of his woman. Same goes in the other way around. What are you laughing at?
You're cute. I can think you're cute if I want.
I'm cute. Remember that? I'm cute. She said I'm cute. Beep. Remember that, Rudolph? Anyway, so it's a great thing for you to take an interest in. You might not know all of the things, but it's cool because you can kind of have a conversation about it. Okay, we'll jump to number 4. Let's see if I can get this to work. There we go. Flirt with him.
Yes.
You do that a lot. She does.
Maybe I do. It's okay.
Share like how do you flirt with me?
So, when I see a license plate from Tennessee, I say, "What state is that?"
And I say, "It's looks like Tennessee."
And then I say, "You're the only 10 I see."
And then I flirt like this. And then I look at her and go, 5s and 10s, 5s and 10s. Yeah, flirting goes a long way. It really does. It it makes things light.
Yes.
And it makes the relationship fun. So definitely flirt with your man. Number 5. Here we go. We do this a lot.
Yes.
And we love it because I'm kind of naturally a goofy kind of guy. Well, when I'm not serious. And that makes sense, right? Because if you're not serious, you can be goofy. Anyway, yeah. So be goofy and have fun. That's
Right.
That's
Don't take yourself so seriously.
right. Don't take things so seriously. Learn to just relax and do some goofy stuff.
Right.
One of our favorite moments was when we were in Gatlinburg and we went bear hunting with Skittles. It's a goofy thing. It's kind of dumb if you didn't know the inside joke.
Right.
But we had fun.
Yeah.
And it's okay. All right. Number 6. You got this one? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Dream with him.
Dream with him. Absolutely. This is another big thing. When you get married. Shh. Rufus, settle down, buddy. When you get married, okay. You become one flesh, and you begin to chart a course. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that we love doing together is just dreaming. Maybe it's something that we're going to do next week. Maybe not. Maybe it's something that we're going to do in the far off future. Or we talk a lot about, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live? And we just talk about those things. Truth. Fart with him. Yes. Yeah, you can fart with him. Okay. Okay, so dream with him.
I'm going to have to take him upstairs.
Okay, you go take him upstairs.
The dog's being obnoxious, guys. Sorry.
Bye, Roo.
Why does this happen every
week?
show?
You should just, leave him in a box by the street and see if the garbage man will pick him up. I'm just kidding. We wouldn't do that to him. We're going to go ahead and go on to number 7, which is brag on him. And I don't mean kind of in the prideful way, but find out what's good, what the guy does really, really well. Guys really love it when their woman brags on them, like talks to their friends, or
so cold.
Especially like if you... Okay, so we talked about last week things that guys could do for their woman. Mm-hmm. Guys love it when they do something for their woman, and then she goes to her friends or coworkers or whatever, her circle of friends, and brags on the thing that he did for her.
Right.
And so it's reciprocal, right? It goes both ways.
Right.
And so that's an awesome thing. It always makes me feel good. It kind of goes along with the same thing with the words of affirmation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very similar. Yeah. You had something to add? Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, number 8. You got this one?
Yes.
All right.
Make him a meal. I just did.
Yes, you did.
But...
And what's the old adage? A way to a guy's heart is through his stomach?
Yeah, and the first thing that I ever made for you was macaroni and cheese.
That's true.
Yeah.
It was the very first thing, and I was like, dang.
Yeah, it worked.
I'm sold.
Yeah. He was looking for a ring. He's like...
It's like, I think I got one here somewhere. Pull one out of my pocket.
I've been carrying this around all weekend.
That's right. Yes, make him a meal. That's just another thing that you can do to make him feel important, right?
And a special meal.
Yeah, a special meal is good, especially if you learn what he likes, those favorite foods,
right.
And learn how to do it well. Goes a long way, absolutely. Let's see, number 9.
I said meal.
Oh, you said meal. So it's
But
my turn?
I can say
Okay.
this if you want.
Be present for him. That should be present for him at important events. Or be present for important events, right?
Yeah.
So if I was a big rock star and I was getting...
You are a big rock star.
I am not a big rock
you
star.
are.
But if I were getting some sort of award or recognition or something, be there for him. Be there with him.
Right.
And yeah, and give him the thumbs up.
Give him the winky.
Give him the win.
Yeah.
And then finally, if I can find the button, number 10, make, you say it,
Romance.
a priority. Yes. One of the one of the biggest things, differences that we see in between men and women is the frequency, which with the desire for sex. So don't look like that.
You said the word.
I told her I was going to say the word. It's like it's not a dirty word.
6?
6. Yes.
He said 6.
6. There usually is a big difference in.
Sometimes not.
But sometimes not. Not all the time. But as a general rule, most often you find women probably don't want sex quite as much as men.
Okay.
Do they?
Sometimes they do.
Sometimes they do.
But anyway, make romance a priority.
Yes. Yeah, make romance a priority. Absolutely. And those are the 10 things a woman can do to make her man feel like a priority. And that is that.
That is that.
That is that. Well, the question is, what do you guys think? Do you guys have some ideas? Leave us a comment in the comment section below. Yes, six times a week. Yeah, that's
6.
good. 6 is good. He also wants to know what number is lingerie. That's number 11. We didn't have enough room on the sidebar here to put lingerie as one of the listings there. But yes, absolutely. Anyway, that does it for our show tonight. We just wanted to throw those things out there. These are some things that we have discovered. We just
threw up there.
We just
threw them up there.
We threw them up there. Now, really, though, these are some things that we have found in our own relationship that help at least make me feel like a priority. Hopefully, they make you feel like a priority as well. And the most important thing to get out of all of this, both what we're talking about this week and last week, because it won't work unless this is present, God, but being reciprocal in the relationship.
Right.
So if you've got, again, and we'll put a link to one of our other videos where we, in the card, somewhere along in here, we'll put
Right
a
there,
little card
right there,
that you
right
can
there.
click on.
Right there.
We talked about being reciprocal.
Right.
Right, so you don't have just one person giving and the other person taking.
Right.
It kind of goes back and forth, and there's give and take, and you're both, investing in each other. And if you're both doing those things, if you're both becoming students of each other,
You're going to put an eye out.
what?
He's like, and this, and this, and this. I'm going to have to wear protective
If you're
gear
both
on
doing
the
those things, then the relationship can grow.
show. Right.
So that's it. That's all we have. Again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and listening to all of this no-nonsense, horseradish, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying.
You're so
all of this nasty, I don't know, nasty stuff. Did I say nasty?
There was nothing nasty.
I don't mean nasty. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just all bewildered about it all. Thanks again for tuning in, and if you like what we're doing, click that like button, click share, and if you haven't already, go over to our YouTube channel and click subscribe. And if you don't want to, well, do it anyway. We would appreciate it. Until next week, guys, always mean what you say what you mean what you say, and live your life beyond just words.
Yes.
All right. We love you guys, and take care. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye, guys.